25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones, birthday boy, out there and winning. In second place, number 33, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. Third place, 112, Rick and Nicola Colvin. Fourth, number 38, Richard Brown. And today, Ian Aram. No fifth or sixth finishes. The winner's time, 1 minute 37.38. Exclusion there for 123, Dave Penfold. 123, Dave Penfold excluded for knocking down the course markers. From the top then, 25, 33, 112, 38, 1 minute 37.38. Well, this is the last race before the short 20-minute watering interval, and that'll be time then for you to do as you please. Visit the caterers, visit the photographers, pick up a video, ice cream, you name it, it's all here for your pleasure. It's there all day, but you won't miss any races if you go in the interval. Now, you public being very sporting people, or you wouldn't come to a sporting event like a grass track meeting. If you're all diving off to those caterers, to those loos, or to the ice cream van, or wherever, would you do the officials at this meeting a favour and let any of the St John's or Marshalls up to the counter first? Thank you. Off they go then. Down to the first turn, Mick Cave and Mick Stace from Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. And then the Evans brothers, Pete and Jim. And then Penny Hook and Jane McLaren bringing up the rear there. Four-horse race, Mick Cave and Mick Stace on their 1,000 drop, holding a very tight line in that top turn, and Kevin Simmons, Mark Langmaid trying to get by on their 900cc Honda Fireblade. Well, the Thinkers circuit, and a lot of them are thinking about it, and others are racing on it. Round they go, and Mick Cave and Mick Stace holding on to that lead from Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. Bit of a nasty bump just over there by the entrance from the pit, but everybody seems to be coping with it quite well. Round they come then, Mick Cave and Mick Stace at half distance from Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. Pete and Jim Evans and 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren, the all-girl crew, bringing up the rear in this one. Meanwhile, the pace hots up on the front line as Mick Cave and Mick Stace seem to be losing a little bit of ground to the opposing crew. Are charging up on the inside now, but unable to get there is Mick Cave and Mick Stace from Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. Pete and Jim Evans, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. Mick Cave and Mick Stace leading then on that Godden 1,000 lead win. Mark Langmaid pushing hard all the way. The checkered flag is ready, and it's a win for number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace. From 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. Then 47, Pete and Jim Evans. And 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. Race number 29, the official result of the right-hand sidecars there was a win for number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. In second place was number 55, Cherry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith. Third place, number 2, Nevill Penfold and Paul Randall. Fourth place, number 99, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. Fifth place, number 191, Steve and Bob Heath. And in sixth place, number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. The winner's time, 1 minute 31.48. Away we go then, the 350cc solos, race number 31 in your programme, and it's Keith Potts that goes into the lead on this slippery watered circuit. Now let's just see what happens here. Mark Scopes has gone past Mitchell Godden, and instead of throwing dust, they're throwing mud at each other. 175, Keith Potts from 21, Mark Scopes, 169, James Cawthray. I must admit this is the first meeting I've seen him on the 350. James Cawthray goes past Mark Scopes on the back straight and sets his sights on Keith Potts. Keith Potts then, having perhaps his best ride so far of the afternoon, and flat out up there he comes. 175, Keith Potts from 169, James Cawthray, then Mark Scopes, Arthur Living, Mitchell Godden, Ryan Cornelius, all Johnny Brett. Round the turn they come in and flat out up that straight. The last lap flag is out. It's 175. Keith Potts from James Cawthorey. Mark Scopes and Arthur Living. Mitchell Godden finding the grip there, enough to put up the front wheel in the air then. Warren Cornelius. And Paul Seabright, who I thought pulled out last time around that top turn. He's still going for the points. 175 then. Keith Potts takes the checkered flag from 169 James Cawthorey. Then 71 Arthur Livings, 21 Mark Scopes. Number 9 Mitchell Godden. 48 Brian Cornelius. And number 24 Paul Seabright. So the race 32 shall soon be underway, 350cc's again. And Mark Giles leads into the first turn. Jonathan Duke there was in second, had just been pushed back the third by Mark Seabright. And Mark Seabright coming up on the inside and taking the lead from Mark Giles. 167, Mark Seabright leading then from Mark Giles, and then Neil Scopes. With 2 wins to his credit so far this afternoon, leading on points towards the final, and there he comes on maximum points. 167 Mark Seabright. From 26 Mark Giles, 15 Neil Scopes, 25 Jonathan Duke, 139 David Mears, 715 Steve Carter. He's a long way back. Around the quarter will be to hold the dust back for the rest of the meeting, and always sorry to see a class slightly messed up like this when the first ones have to come out there, but somebody has to be first on it, and Mark Seabright doesn't matter at all. For 15 Neil Scopes, and 26 Mark Giles, Jonathan Duke, David Mears, side by side, then Steve Carter, Tim Maynard. And the checkered flag goes for 167 Mark Seabright, from 15 Neil Scopes, 26 Mark Giles, 139 David Mears, 25 Jonathan Duke, 715 Steve Carter, 696 or 69 depending which way you look at him, Tim Maynard, and 331 Paul Watson. 5 Keith Potts. Second place, number 169, James Cawthorey. Third place, number 71, Arthur Livings. Fourth place, number 21, Mark Scopes. Fifth place, number 9, Mitchell Godden. Sixth place, 48, Brian Cornelius. No other finishers. Winner's time, 1 minute 36.08. And number 24, Paul Stuybrits, being excluded. Exclusion there for number 24, Paul Stuybrits. Race 31 again, 175, 169, 71, 21, 9, 48, 1 minute 36.08. Left-hand side car coming along in race number 33. We should get Billy Penfold, Carly Bell, Philip and Richard Davis, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin, John Arnott and Russell Steele, Duncan Fish and Clive Holland, Steve Farmer and Peter Taylor. That's the lineup for race number 33. Red flags are up at the moment, because I think we're still putting a few pegs in back down on that lower turn. Here we come then around the first turn, the left-hand side cars in hot pursuit. It's Steve Farmer and Peter Taylor taking advantage of the watered track, leading from, coming up on the inside. Oh, it's side by side, but Steve Farmer's just got the advantage again now from Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. Three outfits there on that first turn. Any off could have taken the lead. Steve Farmer got there. Steve Farmer and Peter Taylor from Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. John Arnott and Russell Steele trying to come through into second place and doing so. And Colin Goodwin with Graham Hilton driving, coming round that turn behind them. So 3-2-1, Steve Farmer and Peter Taylor from 2-5-1, John Arnott and Russell Steele. John Arnott and Russell Steele taking the inside line, trying to gain the advantage they seem to have got there at the moment. There's John Arnott and Russell Steele leading from Steve Farmer and Peter Taylor. Then Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin, then Duncan Fish, Clive Holland. Round Thinkers Corner, and it's making them thinking even harder as they come round there now. It's Russell Steele on the side of John Arnott, taking the last lap flag from Steve Farmer, Peter Taylor, Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin, Duncan Fish, Clive Holland. Four horse race, those four outfits still remarkably close together after these number of laps. I think the water's slowed the racing down and tightened up the distances between these riders, but Johnny Arnott, Russell Steele coming out of that turn looking for the checkered flag. Their first win of the afternoon, John Arnott and Russell Steele from 3-2-1, Steve Farmer and Peter Taylor, then 1-5-1, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin, and 1-7-4, Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. Now the official result of race number 32, down to the bottom of the other page there, the other 350cc solo race was a win for 167, Mark Seabright. Second was number 15, Neil Scopes. Third, number 26, Mark Giles. Fourth, number 139, David Mears. Fifth, number 25, Jonathan Duke. Sixth, number 715, Steve Carter. Seventh, number 696, Tim Maynard. Eighth, number 331, Paul Watson. And ninth, number 37, Michael Peters. The winner's time was 1 minute 33.06. From the top, 167, 15, 26, 139, 25, 715, 696, 331, 37. Winner's time 1 minute 33.06. Left-hand sidecars again coming up to the line, and it's race number 34. No Dominic Doyle in this one. They've had a split pairing to keep two other outfits going this afternoon. We get John Fish and Gary Moore. We won't get Tommy Penfold, but we should get 188 Terry Patchell. They're underway, and it's Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle that go down into the first turn first. They indeed have had one, if not two wins already this afternoon. Indeed, they are joint first place on points with 16 points apiece, 188 and 2. Terry Patchell fighting away in second place at the moment as Bob Miles and Kev Bovis hold on to the lead. Track starting to dry out. You can see already these outfits getting faster around that bottom turn. And it's 1:08. Bob Miles and Kev Bovis from Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle. Terry Patchell trying to go around the outside. Third place is Barry Gear and Dave Hollands. Well, it's getting very close on this top end of the race. It's coming up to the last lap flag, but 1:08, Bob Miles with Kev Bovis held a better line round there. I think Terry Patchell's decided that second place should be enough to put him in the final, and he's now going to follow round. His line looked very filled in as he went by, and I think he doesn't really need to travel that close. He'll be in the final with his second place, I'm sure. Through Thinkers Corner then, up that hill they come. It's Bob Miles and Kev Bovis adding points to their tally. A fine win for Bob Miles and Kev Bovis. Terry Patchell, Dominic Doyle cruising home for second place. And then Barry here and Dave Holland bringing up the rear. 3, race number 33, the one at the top of the page, a win for number 251, John Arnott and Russell Seal. In second place, 3, 2, 1, Steve Farmer and Dominic Doyle. Third place, number 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. Fourth place, number 174, Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 46.42. From the top, 251, 321, 151, 174. Winner's time, 1 minute 46.42. On to the quarter leaders again then, the 250cc class. In this one we get Dean Camia, who is right on top form with 28 points. One other rider on at 28 points with him is 33, Richard Smith, and he is in race 36, so no clashing there. Will those two both go in the final on maximum points and have the big showdown there? Or will somebody beat Dean Camia? Or will somebody beat Richard Smith? Time will tell. David Mears, last man up to the line. He's not having a very good day. Slipped off his 350, broke down on his 250. Things are not going all his way, but he's still there and battling on in the sportsman style that we used to see in from David Mears. Round we go then. Off the line and into the first corner, and Dean the Biz Camia flies in from the outside, hits that slippery patch sideways and puts the motor on early. Out of that turn he comes then, holding on to the advantage. Number 44, Dean the Biz Camia from 139, David Mears in second place. Then number 271, Lee Shoulder. Going well in the wet. And Dean the Biz Camia is well and truly clear of the rest of the field. Barring a silly mistake, he shall go into the final on maximum points. 44, Dean Camia. Finding the grip up the straight enough to pull the front wheel in the air. From 139, David Mears. From Dean Shoulder, Brian Cornelius, Matthew Street, John Stewart, Colin Osborne. I think we've lost one on Finker's corner. I think that was number 111, Tim Taylor. 44 then. Dean the Biz Camia at the last lap flag, just one lap from victory. 139, David Mears in hot pursuit. Then Brian Cornelius, Matthew Street, Dean Shoulder, John Stewart, Colin Osborne. We change the flag to the checkered flag, and Dean the Biz Camia takes dawn in his stride here on his home Romney Marsh territory. Front wheel in the air, another win. 3 in a row for Dean the Biz Camia. Better result there for number 139, David Mears. A creditable second there for him. Then it's number 48, Brian Cornelius. 741, Matthew Street. 271, Dean Shoulder. 40, John Stewart. 46, Colin Osborne. And now the official result of race number 34, the left-hand sidecars, was a win for number 108, Bob Miles and Kev Bovis. Second place, 188, Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle. Third place, number 307, Barry Gear and Dave Holland. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 40.31. From the top, 108, 188, 307. 1 minute 40.31. Again now, Steve Bartholomew. 33, Richard Smith, the man on maximum points at the moment. 49, John Pilcher. 143, Kevin Manchester. Number 12, Roy Leake. 34, Sean Neal. 54, Mike Smith. 181, John Gibbons. 20, Alan Dan. 37, Michael Peters. 119, Keith Strudwick. And number 300, Terry Giles. That's the lineup for race 36. Off they go then, flat out down the first straight. Keith Strudwick goes into the lead from Richard Smith in second place and Kevin Lanchester there in third. flat out of that turn then, and it's 119 Keith Strudwick from Richard Smith. Richard Smith going the inside line on Keith Strudwick round that turn now and taking up the advantage. So Richard Smith unbeaten in 2 from 3. This is the third one. Can he be beaten in this one? If not, it goes into the final on maximum points alongside Seeing the Biz Cameo, and the showdown will be in that final. Flat out of that turn he comes in. 33 Richard Smith lifting that front wheel off the ground. From 119 Keith Strudwick, then 143 Kevin Lancaster, then 300 Terry Giles, then John Pilcher, Roy Lee, Mike Smith, Michael Peters, John Gibbons and Alan Dan. The positions remaining unchanged, and around the turn they come now, looking for the last match flag this time. Number 33 on maximum points, Richard Smith. From Keith Strudwick and then Kevin Lancaster. John Pilcher. And Roy Lee. Mike Smith. Well, mixing it with the tail enders there almost as they came to the line. The 33, Richard Smith wins from Keith Strudwick, then Kevin Lancaster. John Pilcher. Problems there for Terry Giles. He takes the checkered flag. Roy Leake, Mike Smith, and the battle for the tail enders there. Michael Peters, John Gibbons, and Alan Dan. Number 35 then, 250 solos, a win for number 44, Dean the Biz Cameo. In second place, number 139, David Mears. Third place, number 48, Brian Cornelius. Fourth place, 741, Matthew Street. Fifth place, 271, Dean Shoulder. Sixth place, number 40, John Stewart. Seventh place, number 46, Colin Osborne. No other finishers. The winner's time 1 minute 32.01. That's 44, 139, 48. 741, 271, 40, 46, 1 minute 32.01. 250s again on the line there, and it's Andrew Milner, Roy Gomm, Arthur Livins, Ian the Amis, Dave Shilling, Simon Honeysett, Lee Street, Graham Legg, Mark Bunting, Steve Cyrus, Malcolm Ballard, and Chris Tame. And Tommy Palmer, additional runner in this one. He should go well on that 4-stroke in the wet. Some man with problems up the top there though, not sure what his problem is, but it looks like Dave Shilling that's got 1 or 2 problems up there with his 250cc machine. Go then, flat out down that straight they go, and looks like young Tommy Palmer made the best of the start there, but Lee Street challenging for the lead on the first turn. Lee Street on the inside, Tommy Palmer on the outside. It looks like Ian Lee Amis trying to go around the outside of the pair of them. Flat out they come out of that corner now, and what's it going to be? It's 741. Lee Street. I believe that's Matthew Street's bike with Lee Street on board. Second place, Ian Lee Amis in third. Watch these three as they go into that corner as Tommy Palmer makes his move on the inside. Gains a lot of ground on the entrance to that turn, cracks the throttle on early. Screams past on the inside. It's Tommy Palmer from Lee Street, from Ian Lee Amis, Mark Bunting, Arthur Living, Dave Shilling, Robert Lee, Simon Honeysett, and Andrew Milner. Oh, round the Thinkers corner, and Tommy Palmer thinks he'll ride it flat out. Up he comes then on the Honslake. Westlake bottom end, Honda top end. flat out they go. Tommy Palmer is on very super fast form this afternoon. Tells me he's not riding Exeter Speedway tomorrow night, so we thought he'd come and have a go at the grass track today instead. And he's got that machine absolutely singing as he takes the checkered flag. A win for 2-1-1, Tommy Palmer. From Ianley Aim is taking second place from Lee Street. In third, then Mark Bunting, Arthur Livins, Dave Schilling, Graham Legg. And another battle of the tail enders as these three make it towards the finish. Andrew Milner, Roy Gomm and Simon Honeysett. Race number 36 in your programme, and the result that was a win for 33, making him on maximum points into the final. That's Richard Smith. In second place, 119, Keith Strudwick. Third place, 143, Kevin Lanchester. Fourth place, number 49, John Pilcher. Fifth place, number 12, Roy Leake. Sixth place, number 54, Mike Smith. Seventh place, number 37, Michael Peters. Eighth place, number 181, John Gibbons. Ninth place, number 20, Alan Dan. And 10th place, number 300, Terry Giles. No other finishers. The winner's time of 1 minute 32.84. From the top, 33, 119, 143, 49, 12, 54, 37, 181, 20 and 300, 1 minute 32.84. Penfold and Nigel Shaw battling away to try and make it three in a row in this one. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw leading. Went very well last weekend at High Holden, although I wasn't there personally to see it. He was having a real good time down there last week, and they're having a real good time here this week. Number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, leading from Bernie Townsend and Martin Cadell, and then Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis in third. Penfold absolutely running away with this here this afternoon, and he'll go into the final on maximum points. The only man in the left-hand sidecar class to do so, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, taking their last lap flag. From 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis, and then number 69, Bernie Townsend and Martin Cadell. Number 2, Bill Penfold then, and his regular passenger, Nigel Shaw. Maximum points for them, 3 out of 3 in the heats, only the final to go. Second place going to 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis, followed home by number 69, Bernie Townsend and Martin Cadell. The official result of race number 37, the 250s, was a win for number 2-1, Tommy Palmer. Second place, number 183, Ian Amis. Third place, number 75, Lee Street. Fourth place, number 69, Mark Bunting. Fifth place, number 71, Arthur Livings. Sixth place, number 27, Dave Schilling. Seventh place, number 321, Graham Legg. Eighth place, number 10, Andrew Milner. Ninth place, number 36, Roy Gomm. And 10th place, number 50, Simon Honeysett. No other finishers. The winner's time of 1 minute 31.88. Race 37 then by number only, 211, 183, 75, 69, 71, 27, 321, 10, 36 and 50, 1 minute 31.88. And away we go, and it's like David Steen going into the lead again, taking the advantage, this time from Mark Seabright. Well, I don't know whether Mark Seabright has been beaten or not this afternoon so far. My memory's not served me too well, but 141, David Steen, flat out from 167, Mark Seabright. And 141. David Steen drifting a little wide there, but he's flat out and going for it with the front wheel in the air. And 167 Mark Seabright testing the water to see if he can come up on the inside. Through the inside he goes, not ready. Top corner, but David Steen flat out round the outside, taking up the advantage again. So David Steen from Mark Seabright. Here's Mark Seabright just testing him out to see how fast he can go, so he knows how fast he can go in the final. 141, David Steen takes the last lap flag from Mark Seabright from Paul Mitchell. Adrian Noah takes the fourth, Justin Shaw. Robin Filcher, Brian Woodcock, Mick Cave, Russell Miles and Jim Mount. So it's the last turn for the last time, and 141 David Steen looks absolutely unbeatable here this afternoon as he takes the checkered flag from 167. Mark Seabright settling there for second place. Followed home by Paul Mitchell, Adrian Mower, Justin Shaw, Nathan Morton, Robin Pelcher, Brian Woodcock, Pete Barnaby. And a battle for the tail end again between Russell Miles and Tim Mount. Race 38 then, race 38, the left-hand sidecars at the bottom of the page was a win for number 2, Nevill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. In second place was number 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis. And in third place was number 69, Bernie Townsend and Martin Cadell. No fourth or fifth finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 37.45. From the top to 68, 69. No other finishers, 1 minute 37.45. 500cc solos again now then, and we get number 2, Adrian Harden. I believe 62, Chris Dodd is a non-starter. Number 161, Mike Webster. 501, Jason Mullet. 04, Ricky Sanford. Number 4, 124, sorry, Rob Camden, haven't seen him this afternoon. 215, Steve Wilson, haven't seen him this afternoon. 971, Dean Norton. 45, Mark Smith. No, I haven't seen Mr. Gillam or Mr. North this afternoon, so they were a slightly short entry in this race 40. Away they go then, another even start as they head down towards the first turn. Looks like Ricky Sanford's made the most of that start. A little bit cagey, these boys, I think, on that first turn. When they found out it's not as slippery as they thought it was, they'll really start going. Ricky Sanford from Terry Giles, from Mark Smith and Dean Norton and Jason Mullin. And Adrian Harden bringing up the rear. Red flags up there. The race being stopped. That's a bit I can't really see why. Away they go then, race 40 is underway again, and down that first straight they go. It's Ricky Sanford again that leads into that turn. From Terry Giles in second place. Flat out, 04, Ricky Sanford then. From 300, Terry Giles. From 971, Dean Norton. Jason Mullen, Mark Smith, Adrian Harden, all in amongst it there. Ricky Sanford seems to have it all his own way. Flat out he comes up that hill. Front wheel in the air. 04 Ricky Sanford. Leading from 300 Terry Giles. Looks like Steve Wilson's fine actually. Around the turn he comes. Snapping on the throttle. Again, the front wheel in the air. He takes the last lap flag. It's Ricky Sanford. From the GM, I believe, belongs to Steve Wilson, but on board is Terry Giles. And Mark Smith and Dean Norton and Jason Mullen. And Adrian Harden. Oh, Ricky Sanford again with that front wheel in the air. He takes the checkered flag for a fine win. From his cousin there in second place, Terry Giles. Then Mark Smith. And Dean Norton. And Jason Mullen. And Adrian Harden bringing up the rear. Number 39 then, the 500cc Solos, a clear win in race 39 for 141. David Steen in second place, 167. Mark Seabright in third place, 29. Paul Mitchell, fourth place, 154. Adrian Mower, fifth place, 187. Justin Shaw, sixth place, 51. Seventh place, number 174. Robin Belcher. 8th place, number 22, Brian Whitcomb. 9th place, number 133, Pete Barnaby. 10th place, number 5, Russell Miles. And in 11th place, number 17, Tim Mount. The winner's time, 1 minute 21.24. From the top, 141, 167, 29, 154, 187, 51, 174, 22, 133, 5 and 17. Winner's time, 1 minute 21.24. Solos again, another 3 Chris Tritton rides in this one. Indeed, he goes straight out and into the lead with Vincent Kinchin in second place and twice winner Duncan Tolhurst in third. Duncan Tolhurst nips up the inside of Vince Kinchin and gets flat out after Chris Tritton. Chris Tritton then leads. Vincent Kinchin comes back underneath Duncan Tolhurst to take second, and Duncan Tolhurst goes back to third, and it's Alan Harmer in fourth. And it's Steve Jeffrey. Number 3 then, Chris Tritton. Wheeling down that back straight, heading into the slippery Thinkers Corner. And flat out and up the hill they come. It's number 3. Chris Tritton from Vincent Kinchin. Vincent Kinchin going very hard underneath Chris Tritton, trying to take it on the inside. Down goes Vincent Kinchin. Vincent Kinchin goes down, Duncan Tolhurst goes around the outside. Alan Harmer follows on sideways. Kinchin back up on his wheels and away again. Or is he? He's having a good look at the machine first. Number 3 then, Chris Tritton takes the last lap flag from Duncan Tolhurst and Alan Harmer. And then 06, Steve Jeffrey. And then Tim Maynard and Paul Seabright. Ian Edwards. Kinchin with problems there, just coming round to pick up some points. Obviously a problem there for him. The checkered flag goes for number 3, Chris Tritton. Second place, number 74, Duncan Tolhurst. Then 121, Alan Harmer. 06, Steve Jeffrey. 696, Tim Maynard. 24, Paul Seabright. 23, Ian Edwards. And limping round home with problems, Vincent Kinchin. Race number 40, a win there for 04. Ricky Sanford in second place, number 300, Terry Giles. Third place, number 45, Mark Smith. Third place was 45, Mark Smith. Fourth place was 971, Dean Norton. Fifth place was 501, Jason Mullen. Sixth place, number 2, Adrian Hart. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 28.66. By number only, 04, 300, 45, 971, 501. And 2, winner's time 1 minute 28.66. And the last qualifying heat of 500cc Solos here this afternoon, and we have a full start. Of the 500cc Solos, and away they go. And this time it's Julian Phipps that leads into the lead from Mr. Corderay there in second place. Up they come then, 73, Julian Phipps, 169, James Corderay, 555, Malcolm Ballard. Number 11, Stuart Tipton, that's how they go in. And that's good enough. Julian Phipps well on his way this time, but it's good rides this year. Don't see too much of him. I believe the old finances are holding him back a little bit, and A few sponsors in the grass track world certainly wouldn't go amiss. 73, Julian Phipps leads. From 169, James Cawthorne. Then 555, Malcolm Ballard. 145, Martin Drury. 55. Bill Murphy. And the race continuing on, and round the turn they come. It's still Julian Phipps out in the lead at the moment. He's going for gold. The last lap flag is there, just 1 lap away from victory. James Cawthorne trying to upset the day. He's really coming on strong as they go into the last lap. And Julian Phipps turns the motor on and pulls away again. Julian Phipps goes a bit wide. James Cawthorne tightens him up this time as they come into Thinkers Corner for the last time. Flat out they come, and around here is the man heading for victory. Number 73, Julian Phipps. From 169, James Cawthorne in second place. Then 555, Malcolm Ballard. Martin Drury. And Mr. Higgins, Steve Higgins, bringing up the rear. Race number 41, then race number 41 was a win for number 3, Chris Tritton. In second place, number 74, Duncan Tolhurst. Third place, number 121, Alan Harmer. Fourth place, 06, Steve Jeffrey. Fifth place, 696, Tim Maynard. Sixth place, 24, Paul Steinbridge. Seventh place, number 23, Ian Edwards. And in eighth place, number 8, Vincent Kinchin. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 24.51. From the top, 3, 74, 121, 06, 696, 24, 23, 8. No other finishers, 1 minute 24.51. Lining up now on the right-hand sidecar start, we get no Colin Hutton, the non-starter. But we get 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. 32, and they're underway already. Richard Brown and Ian Aram's gone down to the first turn first, followed by Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, and then the all-girl crew of Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. Then Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid, and they spin right round, almost come to a stop there. They have come to a stop there. Not sure whether they'll continue or whether they're going to pull on to the centre green. Meanwhile, number 38 then, Richard Brown and Ian Aram in the lead from Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, and then Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. The all-girl crew in third place. And over goes Richard Brown, and that's bad news for him. The all-girl crew moving up into second place. And no red flags yet, so the race continues. No, the red flag has now gone up. The red flag has now gone up. And down towards the first turn they go, and it's 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid leading into the first turn. From 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, and then number 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren, bringing up the rear there. Round the turn they come then. Flat out down that straight, it's 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. From 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, and then 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. Staplehurst in the lead, Cranbrook in second place, and Cranbrook again in third. So all local people, although two of the passengers do come from Tunbridge Wells. Flat out they come, all mates and muckers together. 32. Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, and then Penny Hook and Jane McLaren bringing up the rear. Flat out they come round there then, and it's 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. From 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, and then Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. Still holding on third place. Positions remaining unchanged as the Honda leads, the Yamaha in second place, and the Kawasaki relegated to third at the moment. CBR under his higher blade. Road machine costing £7,000 and he's used the half of that to build his grass track bike. Then the Yamaha X up in second and the Kawasaki ZX10 comes home in third. The result of race number 42, the 500cc solos, and that's a win there for number 73, Julian Phipps. In second place, number 169, James Gawtheray. Third place, number 555, Malcolm Ballard. Fourth place, number 145, Martin Drury. And in fifth place, 116, Steve Higgins. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 26.49. From the top, 73, 169, 555, 145 and 116. Winner's time, 1 minute 26.49. Race number 44, the right-hand sidecars. We get Mick Cave and Mick States, Rick and Nicola Colvin, Rob Wilson Senior, and Vince Jones. 1, 2, 3, Dave Penfold and Tony Hayford. 47, Pete and Jim Evans, and 191, Steve Heath and Bob Heath. That's the lineup for race number 44. We picked the raffle prizes in here and the races are continuing. And it's all action stations. Oh, blimey, there's some in this one. They've got a full house of 6 riders in this one. Let's see if we can pick them up as they come around the top. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones flat out of that corner on there. 1000cc Yamaha. Really flying. From number 5, Mick Cave and Mick States. Then 1, 2, 3, Dave Penfold and Tony Hayford. Then Rick and Nicola Colvin. Steve and Bob Heath. And Pete and Jim Evans fighting away at the back. Those last 3 outfits coming real close together as they come round that turn. And Rick and Nicola Colvin getting the better of it. There they come then. Down this straight at half distance is 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. From number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace. Then Dave Penfold, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones don't know what's going on behind them. They're just absolutely flat out and going for gold as they come out of this last turn for the last time. Take the checkered flag. Mick Cave and Mick Stace take second. Dave Penfold, Tony Hayford take third. And now the battle's on. Who's it going to be? It's Rick and Nicola Colvin. And I think it was just the Evans boys from the Heaths. Official result in a race or two. Meanwhile, the official result of race number 43, right-hand sidecars, a win for number 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid. In second place, number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. And in third place, number 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. No other finishers. The winner's time there was 1 minute 39.24 seconds. By number only, 32, 28, 34, 1 minute 39.24. up that start line and flat out there in the first straight. A nice start, a good even break. And as they go down to the first turn, looks like it's Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith that take up the lead. Birthday Boy, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones are in there in second place. Then it's Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. Flat out they come, there's 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith, Rob Wilson Jr., Will Jones, Trevor Colvin, Clive Miles, Jeff Sims, John Stanley, and Nevill Penfold, Paul Randall, crawling round in last place. Not sure what their problem is, but obviously got a problem there somewhere. 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith still leading from Birthday Boy, 18 years old today. Hey, what I'd like to be 18 again. Here we go then, up that straight. Holding on to a good second place. He had a win earlier on, so he's had his birthday win. Around the turn they come. They're 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith. From 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. We seem to have lost Nevill Penfold and Paul Randall altogether. Apparently he's retired back to the pits. And then top turn they come to the checkered flag being made ready for 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith. From 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones, and 99, Trevor Colvin, Clive Miles, and 33, Jeff Sims, John Stanley. Meanwhile, the official result of race number 44 was a win for number 24, Rob Wilson Senior and Vince Jones. In second place, number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace. In third place, number 1, 2, 3, Dave Penfold and Tony Hayford. Fourth place, number 1, 1, 2, Rick Nicola Colvin. Fifth place, number 47, Pete and Jim Evans. And in sixth place, number 191, Steve and Bob Heath. Winner's time there, 1 minute 35.04. From the top, 24, 5, 1, 2, 3, 112, 47, 191, 1 minute 35.04. And to keep your programme right up to date, race number 45 was a fine win there for number 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith. Second place to number 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones. Third was number 99, Trevor Colvin and Clive Miles. And in fourth place was number 33, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. No other finishers. The winner's time 1 minute 39.36. This is the runoff to see who does and who doesn't go in the left-hand sidecar final. It is of course between number 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin, and number 307, Barry Gear and Dave Hollins. And the track is absolutely drying out beautifully. Just a smidgen of dust coming back up, so as long as we get on with the finals pretty smartish, the track will be in superb condition. And all marks must go to the Maidstone Motorcycle Club, and indeed the class of the course for some superb watering. Unfortunately, it upset the 350 class a little bit. Somebody was going to take the sharp end of the stick, but the track looks like it's going to be absolutely superb for the finals. Meanwhile, 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin set their sights on being in that final, and number 307, Barry Gear and Dave Holland look like missing out. Round they come then, around that bottom turn, and we're winding up the motor. The checkered flag in sight. The win going to Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin from number 307, Barry Gear and Dave Hollins. Those riders making their way to the line then. Start line for this to 255, all away they go. It's a nice even break as they go down towards that first turn. Richard Smith pulling wheelies off the line there, relegating him down the field. Dean the Biz Cameo coming up into first place now, right on the inside of the turn, snaps open the throttle, goes off in the lead. It's 44, Dean the Biz Cameo from 119, Keith Strudwick, and then 75, Lee Street, 143, Kevin Manchester, overtaking Lee Street on that turn. That's done Richard Smith and Tommy Palmer. Tommy Palmer now coming up in the fray, but he's drifted back a little bit as he went down that straight there. Dean the Biz Cameo is absolutely running away from it. He's several lengths clear already. Number 44, Dean the Biz Cameo, leading from 119, Keith Strudwick and Richard Smith. And Richard Smith is through and clear into second place after a disastrous start on all those two. Can he catch Dean the Biz Cameo? I wouldn't think so. Tommy Palmer's coming up through now as he's up into third place ahead of Keith Strudwick. Keith Strudwick fights back, but Tommy Palmer goes on. Dean the Biz Cameo then taking the last lap flag, just one lap from victory from 33, Richard Smith, 211, Tommy Palmer, then Keith Strudwick, Lee Street, Ian Leame is coming up through there now, alongside Kevin Manchester, and then John Felcher, Arthur Living, and Matthew Street. But it's out of the last turn for the last time, the front wheel in the air again, a good win for number 44, Dean the Biz Cameo. A regular here on the Romney Marsh. And then number 33, Richard Smith in second place, followed home by Tommy Palmer. Official result in a race or two. For sure. Number 108, Bob and Keith Miles. 188, Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle. Number 68, Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis. 251, Sean Arnott and Russell Steele. And number 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. Reserve, if we need him, is 307, Barry Gear and Dave Roberts. This is a big one then for the left-hand sidecar fraternity here this afternoon, their last race of the afternoon. Who's it going to be? Obviously the favourite must be the maximum man, Nevill Penfold, with Nigel Shaw, but can one of those others impose him here this afternoon on his home Kinchin? Away they go. Flat out it's Nevill Penfold that gets the best of the start with Terry Patchell in hot pursuit. So Nevill Penfold and Nigel Shaw set their sights around that first turn. Terry Patchell, Dominic Doyle in hot pursuit in second place. And then 108, Bob Miles and Kev Bovis. And then Chris Berwick and Ken Jarvis with John Arnott and Russell Steele right on the initial side. And Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin bringing up the rear. Oh, Nevill Penfold looks like he's got it all his own way. He's several yards clear already on the Godden V-twin as he charges it up that hill. The elastic power of that V-twin charging up the hill now. Nevill Penfold and Nigel Shaw from Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle. And then the 108 from Miles and Kev Bovis. And over go two outfits. John Arnott's gone over with Chris Berwick. Red flags are up and the race is being stopped. The race being stopped in the interest of safety. 108 from Miles and Kev Bovis. And over go two outfits. John Arnott's gone over with Chris Berwick. Red flags are up and the race is being stopped. The race being stopped in the interest of safety. Let's hope there's nothing too wrong. I see John Arnold is already up on his feet. And he and Chris Berwick took a very nasty looking little tumble there. And Chris Berwick, I believe, is still on the floor. Russell Steele is still in the wreckage. John Arnold is up and he's pushing his bike away to give a bit more space around the thing, and the Bob Miles of Kev Bowis has just blocked my view entirely of the whole operation. Whether we would put the reserve in at this stage or not, front of a 307, Barry here and Dave Holland. Away they go then. No even break as they fly down that first straight. It's the Terry Patchell, Dominic Doyle crew that go into the lead. But look at Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw trying to come around the outside there. They're waiting for Terry Patchell to go wide so he can blast up the inside. The manoeuvre's correct, but can he get there? They come up the straight and Bill Penfold has taken it. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw from Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle. They go round their top turn. John Arnott, Russell Steele holding in third place there now. With Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin hanging in there in fourth place. So we've lost two of the riders, in fact, from the six. And round they come. Number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. From 188, Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle. Then John Arnott and Russell Steele. And Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin bringing up the rear. Those four outfits, their places remaining unchanged as they battle their way through the dust. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw got it all their own way now. Wasn't too sharp off the start, but they fought through on the first turn and heading for glory. The last lap flag goes out. It's Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw from Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle and John Arnott. Leave that Steve Farmer on the side of John Arnott there. Very distinctive blue and white leathers, and they're not quite the same as the Russell Steeles, but round they come. The checkered flag in sight. The win goes to Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. From 188, Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle. Then 251, John Arnott, and we believe that's Steve Farmer. And then 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin bringing up the rear. Official result for you shortly. Cheer. Remember the good old days we used to flash the car headlights and toot the hooters, but you lot don't seem prepared for that. But come on in, put them hands together, wave them programs. Very hard fought race there. Bill Penfold mastered the first turn beautifully and then never looked back. Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle headed off the line, but were beaten round the first turn fair and square. But from then nobody else came near. A good race for the left-hand sidecar final this afternoon. I know what it's like when the butterflies are turning in your stomach. You don't know whether you're coming or going. You don't know when you're going on. But when they get to the line, the butterflies settle. The revs build up and the tapes fly. And they'll all head down towards that first turn. Those riders will be 167, Mark Seabright. 15, Neil Scopes. 175, Keith Fox. 26, Mark Giles. 169, James Cawthorne. 139, Dave Mears. 21, Mark Scopes. 715, Steve Carter. Number 9, Mitchell Goff. And number 25, Jonathan Duke. Reserve for this one is number 71, Arthur Living. So the red field, somebody touches the same turn that might keep Foxy. He got it going. I know he'd like to win this one on his home ground, and away they go. Really off the line there for some, but they're away. And it looks like David Mears has gone into the first turn first with Mark Seabright pushing that front wheel up alongside all the time. Mark Seabright cracks the throttle on there to try and come up the inside of David Mears. Can he get there again? The manoeuvre was correct, and he's got through. It's 167, Mark Seabright. From 139, David Mears. Then 715, Steve Carter. 175, 15, Neil Scopes. Then Mark Giles. but it's Mark Seabright from the southern centre. He's really going some now this afternoon. He's flat out of that turn. Just look at that man go. 167, Mark Seabright from David Mears, from Steve Carter, Neil Scopes. He's coming up on the inside now, taking Neil Scopes, trying against Steve Carter. Here's Mark Giles and James Corteray and Mitchell Godden. Then Jonathan Duke and Mark Scopes in the back. But look at that man absolutely flying. 167, Mark Seabright. Can he take the 500 by storm as well? They're on their last lap. It's 167. Mark Seabright then. A couple of years ago, it's a real nasty injury. It's been a long time to get over it, but he's back, and he's back with a vengeance. 167, Mark Seabright, an excellent corner on the Thinkers turn as he comes up to take the checkered flag. The first final win for him this afternoon. 167, Mark Seabright, followed by 139, David Mears. Then Keith Potts just ahead of Steve Carter. Then Neil Scopes, Mark Giles, James Corteray, Mitchell Godden pulling wheelies. Power there to spare. 25 then, Jonathan Duke. And number 21, Mark Scopes. The official result of the left-hand sidecar final was a win there for number 2, Nevill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. In second place, 188, Terry Patchell and Dominic Doyle. Third place, 251, John Arnott and Russell Steele. Fourth place, 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. No fifth or sixth finishers. The winner's time there, 1 minute 32.27. Once again, race 47 then quickly while those right-hand sidecars come up to the line. The left-hand sidecar final was 2, 188, 251, 151, 132.27. Over we go then to race 49, the right-hand sidecar final. Only 2 races left in the afternoon. And the right-hand sidecar final is between number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stays, 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith, 32, Kevin Simmons and Mark Langmaid, 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones, number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. Reserve, if we need him, is 33, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. There they go then, up to the line to battle in race number 49. The Maidstone Aces Summer Grasstrack here at Priory Farm, Stone in Oxney, near Appledore. Then flat out off the start line down towards the first turn, and Mark Langmaid goes off. Kevin Simmons not noticing yet. As he gets to the first turn, will he notice? Mark Langmaid is on the floor up there, and I think we need a red flag, gentlemen, so the red flag's RL. Kevin Simmons still doesn't know, but he's having a look round there. Still hasn't noticed. He must notice over that bump, surely. We did have a red flag, and now they put it down, and Mark Langmaid wanders into the middle. Kevin Simmons wondering quite what's going on. Those riders coming back into line. Lionel Barlow's the fastest I've seen him move all day. Look at that man go. And away they go then. Away they go again. 5 outfits this time, and Robbie Wilson and Vince Jones go down there in the lead, but the rest of them are all pretty close together as they go into that turn. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones then are leading the pack. The rest of them very, very tight together at the moment, but it's Jerry Adams, Adam Cover-Smith edging into second place, and then Mick Cave, Mick Stays in third. Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones, and then Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix at the back. So the positions remaining unchanged, and if anything, Rob Wilson is pulling away from the rest of the field with that 1000cc Yamaha. Right out he comes around there, and at half distance is Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. From Jerry Adams, Adam Coper-Smith, then Mick Cave and Mick Stace, and Darren Bartholomew, Matthew Dix coming in on Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones now trying hard to push his way around the outside. He didn't quite get there that time. Right out they come round this top turn. It's 24, Rob Wilson Senior and Vince Jones taking their last left flag from 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith, then number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace, and 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones, and then Darren Bartholomew, Matthew Dix charging round in 5th place. Really giving it the big one there, trying to come on turn. The checkered flag goes, fine win for number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, followed by 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper-Smith, then Mick Cave and Mick Stace, then 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones, and then number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. cc solo final was a win there for number 167 Mark Seabright. This is race 48 at the bottom previous page. 167 Mark Seabright the win. 139 David Mears in 2nd place. 175 Keith Potts in 3rd. In 4th place was 715 Steve Carter. 5th place was number 16. 15? Alright, 15. I was 16 on my programme, but 15. I'll give that one to Neil Scopes. 6th place to number 26, and that's Mark Giles. 7th place number 169 James Cawthorey. 8th place number 9 Mitchell Godden. 9th place number 25 Jonathan Duke, and 10th place number 21 Mark Scopes. The winner's time 1 minute 21.49. From the top by number only, 167, 139, 175, 715, 15, 26, 169, 9, 25 and 21, 1 minute 21.49. And somebody thought a bit of a wheelie and fell off over there. Looked like Chris Tritton gone down. The race continuing round the first turn. No red flag, so here we go. David Steen. But no, it's not David Steen now. It's 167 Mark Seabright. Just came through there from absolutely nowhere. And the race is Mark Seabright, not David Steen. I don't think it was David Steen which way he came from. Mark Seabright and David Steen. A little way back is Julian Phipps in 3rd. Alan Harmer in 4th, Paul Mitchell in 5th. Well, look at these two front ones, they really mean business. 167 Mark Seabright, winner of the 350 class. Did you see the absolute power put into that right hand as he turned that throttle into that corner? He really means business, this Mark Seabright. David Steen seems to be losing a little bit of ground. About 3 foot a lap, I should think. But if he wants to win, he's got to make 3 foot a lap. 167 Mark Seabright from David Steen. Julian Phipps throwing a bit of a wobbler on the outside. There's been Kinchin and Alan Harmer go by. Duncan Tolhurst and Paul Mitchell behind that pack. But out in front and long gone, 167, Mark Seabright. He came from a long way off, but he's winning here this afternoon, and that's 2 out of 2, the 350 and the 500 to Mark Seabright. David Steen then taking second place. Vincent Kinchin scoring third. Alan Harmer in fourth. Then Julian Phipps. Then Duncan Tolhurst. Paul Mitchell. Mark Smith. Ricky Sanford. Well, that concludes the racing, ladies and gentlemen. If anybody could help lifting a rope off of a stake and taking a stake out of the ground, the club would be most appreciative if you could just help a little bit. Everyone you pull out is one that the Maidstone Aces MCC will not have to pull out later. And could I ask any of the Maidstone Aces members over there in the pits, could you please stay behind and lend a hand? Look at these two boys, they've been at it all afternoon, they've still got plenty of energy left on this, the lap of honour. And 167, Mark Seabright. A very exciting win, and David Steen thinks he's Joe Screen as he pulls wheelies around the circuit to entertain the crowd. Those two boys have done very well this afternoon. I hope you showed your appreciation. I must admit I didn't see them coming round on the lap of honour, but it was nearly too late. But they did very well this afternoon, and Mark Seabright, a double winner. So now in the race 49, the right-hand sidecar final was a win there for number 24, Rob Wilson Sr. and Vince Jones. In second place was number 55, Jerry Adams and Adam Coper Smith. In third place was number 5, Mick Cave and Mick Stace. In fourth place was number 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones. And in fifth place, number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. No sixth finisher. The winner's time, 1 minute 33.94. And race 50, the race you've just seen to keep your programme right up to date, was a very, very, very exciting win indeed for the double champion of the afternoon, number 167, Mark Seabright. Followed home very closely by 141, David Steen. In third place was number 8, Vincent Kinchin. In fourth place was number 121, Alan Harmer. Fifth place, number 73, Julian Phipps. Seventh place, number 74, Duncan Tolhurst. Seventh place, number 29, Paul Mitchell. Eighth place, number 45, Mark Smith. And in ninth place, 04, Ricky Sanford. No 10th finisher. The winner's time was 1 minute 18.44. By number only for the sidecar final, 24, 55, 5, 25 and 28, 1 minute 33.94, and one more time only for the 500cc solo final, 167, 141, 8, 121, 73, 74, 29, 45, 04. Winner's time, 1 minute 18.44. Well, on behalf of the Maidstone Aces Motorcycle Club, I hope you all enjoyed your afternoon's racing. Everything did go according to plan, really, up until the finals, and then we had one or two accidents that just put a slight downer on the day. But I'm sure you